Hooray! Is it? It's not. People are asking me after so many expeditious travel journeys for my entire life, how did I manage to stay safely and indoors? How did I get through? I always said, as a human being, we must conduct ourselves consciously. And more importantly, I've always said, on my travels, on my videos, and everything I observe, that we must always do what is needed and what is needed and what is needed and necessary only. Our compulsions must be able to somewhat be subdued in times of fragility, times of uncertainty, and times of extreme situations. We have to slow down. We can pause. We can observe and take count as a human being how to conduct ourselves across the world, and more importantly, in any given circumstances. What is extremely important is that we've been told that the lockdown has been relaxed, and many nations have relaxed the quarantine procedures that were in place, particularly in Europe. Yet, remember, dear traveler, that you are still exposed to an unknown virus, which is still heavily present everywhere we go. It is a matter of time if the human consciousness and the human alertness and the human awakefulness is slightly slipped, we may find ourselves locked back in. We simply do not want to walk into that situation once again, because none of us want to see ourselves, our freedom, our movement, our free movement, our freedom be taken away or be locked in. Having said that, as you can see, nations that opened up are reversing and locking back their citizens and communities and cities and towns once again. To avoid this situation, the responsibility is simply in our hands. We can all be excited and exuberant and pop up bubbles and pop up champagne bottles and wine bottles, and remember not to forget that you are still a human being and that you are still vulnerable to this invisible and incredibly ugly and incredibly invading virus. The experience of that, none of us have to explain to each other about. the life experience that every one of us have fully experienced cannot be denied or cannot be used as an excuse to put yourself at risk and in turn put others' lives at risk, ultimately making life and death decisions when things go out of control. So why do we have to put ourselves in this situation when we can individually take on the responsibility? So as a traveler myself, as a travelers who are out there willing to rev out and go on with their same old ideas, has to somewhat slow down and take a gentle, more conscious and responsible steps as they travel the world. And I wish and well for everyone, more importantly, a safe and healthy travels wherever you are traveling. Be responsible in your travel journeys, as I have always for 51 years, which I have been. Gentle, conscious, responsible, and willing to do what is needed and what is necessary during the times of need and during good times and bad times. All times, my travel journeys have always been to highlight the importance of being a human. It is not that I was a human, it was not that I was a superhuman. It was immense joy that being human was super enough for me to be able to understand than any other creature on the planet that I was mortal and my time was brief. Thank you, and keep exploring this wonderful world that we live in, and in turn share and be an extension to every life and to the planet that is supporting us all.